celebrations for Cheltenham as they're promoted to the third tier of English football after picking up a couple of points over the past few days. But what about the chasing pack? Is there any hope for Bolton and Cambridge to do it this weekend? We'll take a little look next. Prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 45 over in League 2, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, get your man up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, League 2 related, World Cup related, World Football related. We've got it all here under one roof. That's right, boys and girls. Cheltenham get over the bloody line, and of course Bolton take us a giant step forward, and of course joining them in the third tier of English football. We'll take a look at all of that in just a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. Who are they? I'm talking about the Patreons, boys and girls, as we head into the penultimate game of the season. Meanwhile, if you are interested in joining the band of men and women, check out that link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, we have got a lot to catch up with today. Of course, we're going to bring you bang up to date with, of course, the recent results. Of course, look forward to the next round of pictures, and also bring you up to date with, of course, the Prediction League. So here we go, kicking off forward. Then take a look back at those shitload of fixtures that did take place the past week and a bit. So we're going to kick it all off all the way back to Saturday, the 24th of April. Kicking all off with, of course, Cambridge against Stevenage. Ended up as a 1-0 win for Stevenage. Luke Norris on the score sheet, giving Stevenage the win. Actually, with a 2-0 win for Cambridge on this one, but unfortunately got it wrong. Meanwhile, Carlisle against Harrogate ended up as a 1-1 draw. My picks are on the left, the real deal's on the right. Carlisle won, Harrogate won. Goals from Joshua Coyote on the score sheet with Jack Muldoon getting a goal as well for Harrogate. The points were split right down the middle. Not really good for either two sides. Meanwhile, Cheltenham against Colchester United. Cheltenham came out top on that one with a 1-0 win. Of course, big win for them as they, of course, celebrate promotion now. Connor Thomas on the 82nd minute to, of course, make it party time indeed. Meanwhile, I actually went with a 2-0 win myself. Crawley against Forest Green Rovers end up all square on that one. 0-0 in the end. Actually went with a 1-1 draw myself. Nothing to report there, I don't think, is there? No, not really. Meanwhile, same could be said for Exeter. 0-0 in the end on that one. 2-1 for me, going in favour of Exeter. I mean, the big game was, of course, Morecambe up against Bolton, and unfortunately, Morecambe lost. Bolton won in a bit of an explosive game. Ben Jackson got on the only goal for Bolton. Kevin Mell got himself sent off for Morecambe early doors to make matters very, very easier, much easier for, of course, Bolton in the end. Meanwhile, Oldham Athletic did lose to Grimsby 2-1, but unfortunately that story has a bit of a twist to its tail, and we'll take a look at it in a minute. 2-1 loss for Oldham. Conor McGaney on the score sheet for the Owls, Matt Green and Jay Matete on the score sheet for Grimsby, but unfortunately they won. But a bit of bad news later. Meanwhile, Port Vale against Bradford City ended up as a 2-1 win for Port Vale, who just keep on bloody winning. Theo Robinson on the score sheet, Tom Conlon as well, Clayton Donaldson on the score sheet for Bradford in a 2-1 win for Port Vale. 2-0 for me, going in favour of Port Vale. Salford against Mansfield end up as a 2-0 win as well for Salford, who look very, very good at the moment under Team GB. Of course, goals coming from, I'm trying to find them, where are you bloody Salford? There they are. They had of course Ashley Hunter on the score sheet, Ian Henderson as well. Richard Towell got himself sent off to make matters a little bit spicy, but they held on with the 2-0 win as well. Scunthorpe against Walsall was as a win for Walsall, and so 2-0 in the end. Finally got a bit of movement on them. Emmanuel Osadibi on the score sheet with Josh Garden as well, giving them a win. Actually went with Scunthorpe on this one. We have Southend against Leyton Orient, a bit of a win, a big win for Southend as well, potentially. At the foot of the table, we'll have a look at the situation in a minute. 2-1 win. Tyler Cordner on the score sheet with Matt Rush as well. Lewis Dennis getting the goal for Leyton Orient, and I got the one bang on the nose. Tranmere against Barrow was a 1-0 win for Tranmere. David Nugent on the score sheet for them, giving them the win. I actually went with a 2-0 win myself, not too shabby. Into the midweek games now. These games did take place over the course of Tuesday, the 27th of April. Kicking off with, of course, Cheltenham up against Carlisle. Just the point was good enough for them. Chris Hussey on the score sheet, Joshua Coyote on the score sheet as well for Carlisle, make it all square down the middle, 1-1. Bradford against Salford, another win for Salford, make it a 1-0 win. Ian Henderson on the score in the 91st minute to give them the W. 1-1 for, what did I go with on that one? I went with a 2-1 win myself for Salford. Barrow, big winners over the Vegans, of course, 2-0 win for them to secure their status in the division. Scott Quigley and Bobby Thomas on the score sheet, Barrow the W. I actually went with a 2-0 win for the Vegans. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Grimsby, though, 3-2 wins over a 3-2 loss over Exeter sees them go relegated to the National Football Conference. I actually remember one of them for Exeter on this one with goals from Luke Waterfall, Big Fat OG, Alex Fisher, Ryan Bowman as well for Exeter, Leno, John Lewis, not the store, but of course the man, and Jamie Matete got a goal and a sending off in a very controversial spell of the game. 3-2 win for Exeter. Of course, Newport County smashed past Scunthorpe with a 4-0 win in the end. George Tafford, the Big Fat OG, Mickey DeBatochu with a couple of goals there, and Lewis Collins as well. 4-0 for them, 2-1 for me, not too shabby. We'll take a look at the table in a minute, of course. Let's bring it bang up to date with, of course, the Prediction League. So we're going to go back, way back. Hopefully you can see that. These are the criteria for the first round of matches, which were these, which, if my memory serves me correctly, it's all the way back to Friday the 16th of April, just after Easter. Goodness gracious me. Of course, Ojo52 did all right for himself. I think Shadow Ninja did very well. Game Child did bits. Of course, JP50, great, you did poo. Ivan String also did very well. Axwell, not too bad. Esquivel did absolute shocker, but it's okay. Plumstein also did very well. Yana Buster did bits of poop. Of course, Lee 2020 also did shocker. Forest 77 also did shite. Russell Frost also had a nightmare. As Ultra Muriel did pretty shit as well. Okay, did okay of poop. OJ24 also did alright. Yaki Jackson also did very well. Well done to you, of course. And Ollie Hamling did poop. For the leaderboard for this week and this week alone, Omar Esquivel had an absolute shiter. Even the Russell Frost, the ledge, that is the prediction king himself, got himself 1. As for, of course, the leaders, though, Ojo52, Ivan Stringer, Shadow Ninja, Alex Dweller, and Game Child got themselves 5, which, of course, is a respectable score. Into the next week, which, of course, was the following week after that. This is criteria, bish, bash, bosh, you know the deal. Ivan Stringer did shite, Yanabasa also did okay. Game Child did absolutely fantastic. Well done to you, of course. Russell Frost also did very well. Well done indeed. Of course, Jamie Gold did tremendous. Well done to you, of course. AG24 also did well. Okay, did okay. Omar Esquivel, well done to you, of course. And, of course, Harrison Crane did all right. Alex Weller did shite. Of course, 77 also did okay. Of course, BCSE are great. You did okay as well. Ollie Hamling, not too bad. Well done to you. Of course, you did good. Zappy Crook also did shit. Of course, Lee 21 also did great. Tom Stainer, not too bad as well. Well done to you, of course. And Jakob Jackson also did very well. What about the leaderboard for this week? Well, Iron Stringer, just don't even look at it, mate. Just don't even look at it. As for the rest of you guys, you're all in the shadow of Jamie Gold, who absolutely smashed this one. Got himself 10, which, of course, we're doing very well in the old leaderboard. Okay, kicking on forward now to this week. And this week was, of course, the bumper week. So, yeah, 10 plus would get you top bins. Of course, Alex Miller did great. Iron Stringer also did good. Okay, did okay. And Ollie Hamling, not too bad either. Leeds 21, not too shabby. Force 37 also did great. JSB70 great, also did good. And Ojo 52, not too bad either. Russell Foster, well done to you. Of course, kicking ass, taking names. Yannick Buster also did great. Game Try, not too bad. Of course, Ultra Omnium, well done to you as well. The D-Man, though, kicking ass, taking names as well. Tom Stain also did very well. And Zappy Crook did bits. And HA24 absolutely smashed it. Indeed, he did. CT did okay. Of course, Jacob Jackson also did very well. And Omar Esquivel also did very well. What about the leaderboard? So the leaderboard for this week is, of course, take a look at this bad boy. Of course, Alex Welleck, of course, don't even look at it. If your name is, though, AJ24, take a bloody bow. Look at that. Respect where respect is due. He is your king for this week and this week alone. The D-Man also did very well up there. Of course, the top echelons. But what about the overall leaderboard? Let's take a look at it right here, right now. Of course, your kingpin is, of course, Gaming Charlie by 1 point. We've got a race on our hands, boys and girls. It might be a 2-horse race at the moment. In fact, it probably is going to be a 2-horse race. But Yoki Accident also within touching distance, as is Omar Esquivel. Realistically, there is 24 points on the offering. So you're looking at I should really colour it in, really. There's 17 points there. You're down to maybe, I think, Yannick Bustler, I think, as it's a 5-horse race, realistically. Only 24 points left on the horizon. But realistically, it could be a 2-horse race between Gaming Charlie and Russell Frost. So be sure to get your picks in, of course, for the final 2. We'll take a look at those in a minute. But this is the table as it stands right here, right now, over in League One. Of course, Cheltenham are there. Cambridge will get themselves there as well. Very close, of course, and Bolton are within touching distance as well. They have 4 points clear over Morecambe. So they'll need to basically, I think a draw is good enough for them. Or maybe not necessarily. They're probably, a win would definitely guarantee them at least League One football next season. Morecambe, though, I really hope they don't screw it up in the playoffs. I would love to see them make it up to League One. As for the chase for the playoffs, realistically, I think what are we looking at here? It's not home and hosed for Morecambe. When you look at it, Salford got a chance. They're still in there. They're actually in the playoffs right now. Forest Green win both of those games. They could go up to as high as 4th as well. So Forest Green's still in with a hope. Carlisle have got, 8 points, 68 possibly, so they're out. In fact, they're a very slim chance. So realistically, Exeter and up are in their hunt for the playoffs. Grimsby are down. Southend are pretty much down. It's just a mathematical equation to keep them within it. They need to win both of the games. and hope for a goal swing, but you just don't know. Of course, that's the situation there, but of course, with the next round of matches kicking off, we do have this coming weekend. It does take place from, of course, Friday the 30th of April into the weekend of Saturday the 1st of April. Kicking off with Harrogate up against Cambridge United. Of course, played just one time in recent times. That was, of course, early in the season in Cambridge. It was a 2-1 win for Cambridge back in Jan. Of course, the bookies odds, the goal scorers were Joe Ironside on Scottish, Wes Houlihan as well. Jack Muldoon, of course, for Harrogate in the end. Lloyd Kelly got himself sent off. Of course, Cambridge are party mode right around, or they could be, and of course with a win here. Just one win the past 6 games for Harrogate, that was against Bradford. Meanwhile, just one defeat past 3 games for Cambridge, that was against Stevenage just the other day. Ken, just a point I think will do it for them to get over the line. Of course, Harrogate 70-10 for the victory, 11-5 is a draw, 70-10 is also your away win for Cambridge. Cambridge coming to this course in second, and a win for them. They could go top, in fact. As for Harrogate, they're all the way down to 17th, but a win for them, they can move up to at least 15th in the table. I've gone with the one win for Harrogate on this one, which of course will put a bit of a heebie-jeebies up to. I think they're fine, really. But it might provide a little bit of a nervy outcome at the end on the final game of the season. Of course, kicking off forward, we've got Barrow, who will be here next season up against Southend. Of course, played to the last 6. In fact, just the one time, of course, it was early in the campaign at Roots Hall. It was a 1-0 win for Southend back in January. Of course, Rico Hackett-Farchild giving Southend the win. Greg Holford got himself sent off. They also played heading into this. In fact, Southend just one defeat the past 5. The one defeat was against Colchester. Meanwhile, Barrow picked up 2 wins in the past 5 as well, beating the likes of Exeter, and have also beaten the Vegans, of course, just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Barrow coming to this 21-20 for the Richard 25 is draw, 11-4. It's just Southend. Southend coming to this in 23rd. They need a win to of course delay the inevitable. As for Barrow, then 20th, and for them they can move up to 18th in the table. 2-1 for Barrow on this one against the run of play. Perhaps, of course, Southend got a bit between the teeth. I think they'll be scrapping to the end, but unfortunately, I think they'll lose it and they'll go down. Meanwhile, Bolton Wanderers taking, of course, Exeter City, of course, who are fighting for, of course, that remaining playoff spot. Of course, last 6, in fact, only just the last encounter was, of course, early in the season back in Jan. It was a 1-1 draw, of course, over in Exeter. Of course, Ricardo Santos was big for OG. Arthur Canoa on the score sheet for Bolton, given the point split right down the middle. Heading into this, though, Bolton just one defeat past 5. The one defeat was against Grimsby. Meanwhile, Exeter just one win at the past 5. That one was against Grimsby just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Bolton coming to 7-5 for the victory, 19-10 energy. Exeter 11-5 is your draw. Of course, Exeter in 9th. A win for them, they could go up as high as 6. As for Bolton, they are 3rd. A win for them, they could go top. But believe it or not, going to go with Bolton on this one. 2-0 win. I think they're back. I think they're bloody on their way back. Next, of course, we're Bradford City up against Scunthorpe United. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Of course, played to the last 6. Of course, 2 is for Bradford, 1 for Scunthorpe, and 3 draws last round. At Vale Parade was a 2-2 draw back in January 2020. Hope Akpan, of course, extra on the score sheet. James Ford on the score sheet as well. Scunthorpe's goals from Alex Gilead and John McTee as well. They played each other this season down, of course, Scunthorpe, of course, Abbey Easton on the score sheet, Devan Green as well. Heading into this, 2 teams in absolutely ridiculously bad form. Bradford 5 defeats on the spin, same can be said for Scunthorpe, 5 defeats on the spin as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Bradford 43 on for the rookie, 54 is your Scunthorpe, 35 is your draw. Scunthorpe could go down if they lose this. Well, they can't go down, but they could get sucked into the mire if they lose here. They're in 22nd spot at the moment. Of course, they'll be looking over their shoulders over Southend, who take on Barrow, which was a winnable game. As for Bradford, they're in 14th, and with them they can move up to as high as 11th. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Bradford on this one to take the 3 points. I'm just having a quick look at this. Unfortunately, Port Vale cannot do it. I was just seeing it because they've been on a tremendous run of form, Port Vale. Anyway, kicking off forward, we have Colchester United up against Salford again. Colchester United could get sucked into that relegation mire if they lose this one up against high-flying Salford, who are licking their lips about promotional playoffs as well. Played the last 3, 2 for Colchester, nothing for Salford, and 1 draw. Last round in Colchester was a 1-0 win for Colchester back in December 2019. Harry Pell went on 1-0 for Colchester. Heading into this, though, Salford just 1 defeat past 6. In fact, 1 defeat past 6. Of course, that was against Bolton. Meanwhile, Colchester winning 2 of the past 3 games, of course, but coming into this on the back of a defeat. Heading into this, Colchester coming to this 11-4 for the victory, 23-10 draw, 2019 on is just Salford. Salford are 7th. A win for them, they can move up to at least 6. As for Colchester, 21st. A win for them, they could go up as high as 20th, and they'll be safe with a win. 2-0 win for Salford to make it a little bit hairy. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that Southend game again in the end. Meanwhile, Stevenage up against Crawley. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, played to the last 6, 3 for Stevenage, 2 for Crawley, and 1 draw last round in Stevenage. Was a 0-0 draw back in December 2019. They also played each other this season in Crawley. It was a 1-0 win for Stevenage. That was back, of course, in February. Of course, heading into this, though, Crawley just 1 defeat past 5. 1 defeat was against Newport. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 5 for Stevenage. That was against Cambridge, though, just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Stevenage, where are you? Coming to this 5-4 for the direction. 94 is your Crawley. 94 is also the draw. Crawley into 13th, but the win for them, they can move up to 10th. Stevenage are actually in 15th. The win for them, they can move up to 14th in the end. I'm going to go with a draw on this one. Point split right down the middle. Next up, Walsall, of course, big winners last round up against Morecambe. Of course, played the last 4. 1 for Walsall, 2 for Morecambe, and 1 draw last round. Ian Walsall was a 2-0 win for Morecambe back in, of course, January 2020. Stephen Old on the score sheet with Carlos Mendes Gomez also also on the score sheet as well. Morecambe, though, also picked up a draw against them when they hosted them this season earlier in the campaign, but heading into this on the back of a defeat against Bolton, of course, prior to that, 3 wins on the spin. As for Walsall, just 1 win in the past 3 games, beating, of course, Scunthorpe just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Walsall 2-1 for the rich, 11-8 is your Morecambe, of course, 11-5 is your draw. Morecambe still could mathematically drop out of the playoff spots if they have a bit of a nightmare in these final couple of games, but a win for them, they could close in on Bolton, of course, close to the 3rd. As for Walsall, they're down to 19th, of course, win for them, they could go as high as 16th in the table. Going to go with a 2-1 for Morecambe, believe in the boys, believe in the project, and believe in Derek Adams. Next, of course, Forest Green Rovers, taking, of course, Tranmere, that's the Vegans, of course, up against the promotion favourites, one of them anyway, of course, placed on the last 6-3 for the Vegans, 2 for Tranmere, 1 draw last round in a Vegan land, was a 1-1 draw in the, what was that, the playoff at 2019, it was a 1-1 draw. I think Tranmere came through in the end on aggregate or something like that. Meanwhile, they also put this season in Tranmere was a 3-2 win for Tranmere back in Jan. Heading into this, though, Tranmere just 1 defeat the past 6, 1 defeat against Walsall. They come into this on the back of 2 wins and a spin. As for the Vegans, just 1 win in the past 6 games. That one was against Scunthorpe, and that was at the middle of April on the 17th, of course. Heading into this, of course, the Vegans with 31-20 for the victory, 9-4 is draw, 9-4 is your Tranmere. Tranmere coming to sit in 5th, and with them they can move up to 4th. As for the Vegans, they're in 8th. It's a difficult one, this one. Win for them in 8th. They could go up as high as 6th in the end. Tough one, this one. Going to go with a Tranmere on this one, but it could go either way. Grimsby already down, of course, taking the course, hot shots Port Vale, but of course, too little too late for Port Vale in the end. Meanwhile, last 6 between 2 sides, 4 wins for Grimsby, 1 for Port Vale, and 1 draw. Last round in Grimsby was a 5-2 win for Grimsby back in, of course, August. Jordan Goat on the Cook on the score sheet. Moses Ogu, Matt Green, Luke Waterford, and James Hanson on the score sheet for Grimsby. Elliot Whitehouse, a big fat OG, and Nathan Smith on the score sheet as well. Heading into this, also picture at Port Vale back in January was a 3-win win for Port Vale. Heading into this, Port Vale 5 wins out of 6. Of course, the only hiccup was, of course, a draw against Carlisle. Meanwhile, Grimsby 2 wins in the past 4 games, but it's not good enough. They are down, of course. Heading into this one, Grimsby 11-5 for the victory, 9-4, draw 5-4 is your Port Vale. Port Vale coming to, and of course, 12th for win for them. They can move up to 10th. As for Grimsby, they are toast, but a win for them, they could go up to 23rd in the table, but that's small pickings in the end. 2-0 win for Port Vale, but again, too little for them as well to make a push for the playoffs. Next, of course, Leyton Orient up against Carlisle. Of course, Carlisle needed all the luck they can get. Played the last 6 1 for Leyton Orient, 2 for Carlisle, 3 draws last round. At Brisbane Road was a 1-1 draw back in October 2019. Jack Iredale on the score sheet for Carlisle, Josh White with a goal for Leyton Orient. Also played this season in Carlisle was a 1-0 win back in March. Of course, heading into this, Carlisle just without a win in 6, of course, picking up 5 draws though out of those 6 games. Meanwhile, Leyton Orient just 1 win in the past 6 games. That 1 was against Barrow. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Leyton Orient coming to 2-1 for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 30-10 is your away win. Of course, the Carlisle need a win and they need all the luck they can get. But a win for them, they could close it in on 9th. As for Leyton Orient, though, too little, too late. But a win for Leyton Orient in 11th, they could go up as high as 10th, taking over Carlisle in the process. I've gone with the 2-1 win for Leyton Orient. Unfortunately, it's too little, too late for Carlisle. I think they're toast. Another season in League 2, should I say. Anyway, meanwhile, Mansfield up against Oldham, of course, plays for the last 6. 3 for Mansfield, 2 for Oldham, 1 draw last round. In Mansfield was a 6-1 win for Mansfield back in October 2019. Nicky Maynard with a hat-trick, David Wheater with a big for OG, Oladadi Olatanyan on the score sheet as well, with Jimmy Knowles as well. Thomas Hamer on the score sheet for Oldham. Thomas Eggett and Philip Morris got himself sent off in a very, very explosive game, which saw 7 goals and 2 red cards. Also, pleasure this season at Boundary Park, a 3-2 win for Mansfield, of course, earlier in the campaign. Of course, heading into this, Oldham picking up 3 wins in the past 5 games. Meanwhile, Mansfield just 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That 1 defeat was against Salford as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Mansfield or even Stevens for the issue, 23-10 is your George, 5-4 is your Cheltenham. 11-4 is your Oldham. Goodness gracious me. I've gone with a 1 win for Oldham on this one, and that win could send them from 16th all the way up as high as 15th. But meanwhile, if Mansfield were to be victorious, they're in 18th. They could go above Oldham, up as high as 16th in the end. And then finally, is Newport County up against, of course, Cheltenham, who are, of course, promoted, but they've still got a small matter of the title to be decided. Of course, played for the last 6, 2 wins apiece, 2 draws. Of course, not an easy one, this one. Of course, last time around at Newport County was a 1-0 win in the Papa John's Trophy for Cheltenham. However, last time played in the league in Newport, in Wales, of course, it was a 1-1 draw back in January 2020. They also played this season in Cheltenham was also a draw as well. Heading into this, Cheltenham just 1 defeat past 6 games. 1 defeat was against Crawley. Meanwhile, 1 defeat past 6 also for Newport. That was also against Cambridge United on the same match day. That was. Heading into this, though, Newport County 21-10 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 5-4 is your Cheltenham. Cheltenham are already happy. They're there, the home and host. As for Newport County, they're in 6th, and with them they can move up as high as 4th. Of course, they've got to secure their playoff spot. It could be fruity, this one. Could be a very, very explosive end to the season. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Newport County on this one, which will seal the deal. But of course, Cheltenham are already happy in the end. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash your thumbs up. And if you're new, smash your subscribe. Get you back up to date with all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football, we're going to all here under one roof. And you want to support the channel in another way, check out that link down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon, of course, is a great way to do just that. We'll be back, of course, for the final game of the season just next week. And of course, into the summer, we have an explosive summer, so make sure you check out the content right here at Blackburn Roverseas by smashing your thumbs up and hit the little bell so you don't miss a beat. Until then, though, I'll see you all soon for the next one. Until then, I am out.